Well, I wasn't given, I wasn't given that time, but I had the negative and then I
Good afternoon. My name is Juliana Bedoya and I am the new Community Arts Supervisor at the Ferry Building Gallery. Welcome to the 5th Slow Clothes Fashion Show. Before we start, we would like to acknowledge the Squamish peoples in whose ancestral and traditional territories we're privileged to celebrate and promote local art and culture. Especially today, fashion is a beautiful and tangible creative expression of local culture and identity. We would like to thank the District of West Vancouver and the Harmony Arts organizers for their continued support to this event and our sponsor, British Pacific Properties, for their generous contributions. We would also like to thank all the event organizers, artists, volunteers that make this event possible. So thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, they deserve totally that. This event is presented by Wearable Arts Vancouver, one-of-a-kind and limited edition clothing, jewelry, and accessories by North Shore artists and Metro Vancouver fiber and jewelry artists. Before I introduce our lovely MC, I would like to let you know that right after the fashion show, there's going to be sales over here by the tents that you see here. So please make sure you support our local artists by purchasing. Also, from 3 to 5 at the Art Speaks tent behind the Ferry Building Gallery, we will be having artist Sharon Callis, who will be leading us in a workshop and will be teaching us how to spin flax into linen. It's a wonderful and magical process. So now I would like to introduce Ross Aylmer, a well-known fiber artist who initiated this event along with Ruth Payne 5 years ago. She will be our MC today. She's also wearing a spectacular linen jacket that she made herself that has, as you can see, some silk screen printing of crows. She calls it the crow jacket. So, Ross, welcome. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Juliana. I just have to get sitting and then my voice will be heard by the mic. So bring it down slightly. Now, I want to welcome you to the 5th annual, as Juliana has said, the 5th annual presentation of Slow Clothes, The Art of Fashion. I know that many of you have been coming every year for 5 years, and I think you might agree this is the best yet. We have the weather, thank God. We have more artists than we've had before. We have 27 artists, and there is plenty of variety, so I think that you will all find something that you like. Your program will give you a little more information about who the artists are, or at least their names and contact information. So now I think we should go on with the show. Maybe. Have you ever dreamt of being a firefly and lighting up the night? Lorraine Kwan and Janet Lee have taken their commitment to eco-friendly fashion to the extreme with this eye-catching creation. They don't start with a design, but rather found objects and pieces of what some might consider to be trash. The skirt and bodice are made of produce trays. The skirt is sprinkled with Lorraine's mother's rhinestones. The hat features mother's bling as well. Lee and Kwan work collaboratively, going in the direction their found objects take them, and their highly imaginative and beautifully finished garments take months to complete. Stella are wearing ensembles by Kathleen Ainscuff, an artist who lives and works on Bowen Island. She's worked as a costume designer for TV and film productions and studied textile arts at Capilano University. Kathy is attuned to the language of mark making, clearly evident in these exquisite pieces. Kathy Mahi's corset is damask, hand-painted and appliqued, and is worn with a tree lace neck piece made with free motion embroidery. Now Stella is also wearing a bustier or corset, printed in the pattern of a tree on silk, with cutaway silk and machine embroidery. You'll have to see this one close up. It is very delicate and intricate. Hoot Mom. The Scots have a reputation of being frugal. Perhaps this is a testimonial to the concept, as most of the elements in this outfit by Frida Pagani have come, she tells me, from her attic. We have a wee bit of Scottish tartan. I recognize a Stuart in there, matched with a found jacket, lace collar, and a flamboyant bonnet with a feather in it. Frida calls this piece lacking a godmother and ever resourceful. Fiona raided the attic and went to the ball. In keeping with her philosophy of waste not, want not, Frida has created these charming vests from a vintage damask tablecloth, which has also been hand-dyed. Our model Lynn's vest is combined with some Salado fabric remnants. Salado fabrics were first printed in the mid-17th century in the south of France and inspired by traditional Andean designs. Lynn also wears a fabulous necklace by Carolyn Bruce. Frida is fascinated by pattern and repetition and invites serendipity to play a part in her designs. Betty is wearing another vest that makes use of the damask tablecloth, hand-dyed lace, and some vintage fabric remnants. Margot, Judy, and Joe are all wearing garments by Marianne Greaves. Marianne Greaves loves color, no kidding, wearability, and unique shapes, which guide her eye for design of one-of-a-kind clothing. She works largely with natural fabrics. Margot is wearing a linen dress with an accompanying jacket dyed in yellow through a turquoise blue on the spectrum. She is also wearing a necklace by Mariana, which is called a lariat necklace. Judy is wearing Mariana in the same color range, but moving into a deeper blue. This is a bias dress with a ruana over and a lariat necklace. And Joe is wearing another of Mariana's easy designs, this time a chartreuse hand-dyed jacket in soft linen. Joe's eye-catching necklace is by Monica Gewertz, who takes her inspiration from her own photographs and imagined landscapes. Her philosophy is, and I quote, "Life is too precious to wear boring jewelry." Joe also wears 2 silver bracelets and a ring by Chi Cheng Li, also anything but boring. Tracy Tomtine is a photographer who turns her photos into designs on fabric using solvent-free dyes and a wonderful spandex fabric, which does not lose its stretch over time. Now Zana is wearing leggings of spotted spandex, while Chuhan wears a skirt depicting dusk at English Bay, all transferred from photography. This is the skirt that close up you will see the details of the beach at English Bay. What fun, cat leggings. I wish I were just a little younger, or maybe not, but boy are they making a statement. Isabel looks great in them, and they look great paired with Vinnie Chu's knitted dress. The leggings are by Tracy Tontine, and the dress is by Vinnie Chu and is hand knitted with fine mulberry silk and merino wool yarns. And serendipity, Frida Pagani happened to come across a top hat that needed refurbishing. It takes this outfit over the top in a good way. Some of these artists have fast changes, so they're not quite ready when we're ready. These are Susie Baker outfits. Susie has always been fascinated with textiles. When traveling, she would head to the fabric stores, so it was natural that after retiring from her career as an architect, she would return to her first love. As chance would have it, a group of us traveled to Turkey in 2001, and Susie made contacts in the textile field, inspiring her to open her own atelier in Istanbul. She now makes her kimono-shaped garments here in Vancouver, and this one features a beautiful ikat pattern on one side, reversible to an indigo blue on the other side. She also designs these knee-high embroidered boots. This is a charcoal jacket worn by Betty and lined with a multicolored silk ikat, also by Susie Baker. The necklace is crocheted mulberry paper yarn and has been made by Joanne Waters. Care has a studio on Pemberton Avenue in North Vancouver and sells under the name of Kaomi. Her father was a Danish master tailor, so Care learned her sewing skills early. Martha is wearing one-of-a-kind top in black rayon with colored strips giving sparks of color. Easy to wear, this top can take you anywhere, anytime. Martha is also wearing a fabulous necklace by Carolyn Bruce. In her words, outstanding jewelry that makes you stand out. You'll have to check out her work at the sales table, as there are so many elements to it that I cannot begin to describe it in detail. Susan Percun has been in each of our Slow Close shows, and it's a pleasure to welcome her back. Her work this year is different, of course, we move on, but still based on the wonderful French linens she finds on her annual trip to Provence. Her signature look focuses on detailed simplicity, and this dress is no exception. Repurposed from a French linen bedsheet, the drop waist dress makes use of the top border of the sheet very effectively, both at the hem and the waist of the dress. Cindy wears the dress with one of Monica Goertz's recycled rubber necklaces, this one featuring a rubber fringe with a silver clasp. Monica works out of her studio in Lions Bay and is currently enrolled in an advanced certificate program at Emily Carr. Stella is wearing another of Susan's dresses, this time in a beautiful black linen, set off by a signature piece of Chi Lee's wonderful jewelry. Entitled The Fortune of Life, words are embedded in the circles, accented with red coral and green jade. Easy to move in this dress, cool for summer. Jo wears another tabard of Susan's in the weighty French linen that drapes so beautifully. This one has been embellished with small embroidered gold dots. And whoops. It's not fall yet, Joe. Joe wears this neck piece by Joanne Waters. Joanne has mastered many media in creating her one-of-a-kind jewelry, and this one's simplicity sets off the neckline of the tabard perfectly. Thank you. Sophia is wearing another of Susan Perkun's creations, a simple white linen top matched with an equally simple black linen skirt. You'll have to feel the texture of some of these linens. They are a beautiful weave. Sophia is also wearing one of Veni Chu's remarkable necklaces. This one features a black and white bead weaving depicting Marilyn Monroe. Try to get a close look as she walks by you. It's quite spectacular. Offers a hand-dyed, one-of-a-kind Ruana, worn with style, of course, by Judy Villette. All natural fibers and natural dyes. Marianne works out of her home studio creating one-of-a-kind garments, including jewelry and accessories. And this outfit, worn by Judy, is an indigo resist-dyed bamboo fabric, beautifully draped and easy to wear. Partnered with a necklace by Veni Chu featuring a beaded amethyst. Silk, beautifully painted and sewn by Susanna Resco. This is a summer floral silk crepe de chine, hand-painted with French silk dyes, set with a professional steaming process, making it absolutely color-fast, easy to wear and extremely elegant. Chloe is wearing another of Susanna Resco's elegant silk-painted garments. This design is called Dance of the Pomegranate and is designed for the individual who appreciates one-of-a-kind original clothing. The shawl is accessorized with a clutch purse by Carolyn Bruce and earrings by Chi Lee. Another of Susanna's original silk paintings appears on Stella, this time presenting as a loose, elegant top. All hand-painted silk and totally color-fast. Stella's necklace and her clutch purse are by Carolyn Bruce. And she doesn't have a clutch purse. She spent all her money over there. This is one of Susanna's hand-painted summer silk dresses, featuring beautiful blue cornflowers. Being silk crepe de chine, it is comfortable even in hot weather, which makes it perfect for this summer in Vancouver. The ombre effect of the background dyes is beautifully painted, as are the cornflowers. Margot wears a necklace by Martha Todd. Martha creates her beaded pieces using kumihimo techniques, and kumihimo is the Japanese art of braiding, to which Martha has added brightly colored beads to make the process her own. Yet another glorious silk painted dress by Suzanne Resco, and the silk wrap is hers too. Betty finishes her look with a silver necklace by Chi Lee. Chi's passion is making beautiful objects from raw material. She works primarily with silver, sometimes enhanced with precious stones, but always elegant and timeless. wearing one of Alice Phillips' creation. Now I know this has been a very hot summer, but winter will follow and you'll want to be prepared. So this time, Mahi is wearing a black knee-length coat with felted drops of color throughout, and the pillbox hat is sporting one of Carolyn Bruce's spectacular pieces of jewelry. Also by Alice Phillips, Vivian is an eye-stopper in this black and white jacket. The borders of this jacket have been felted with small white squares, the body of the coat with black squares inside white squares. I've done some felting myself, and believe me, this kind of detailing is a tour de force. The ensemble is accessorized with Carolyn Bruce's work. The three pieces, hat, necklace, and ring. Actually, the hat is Alice Phillips's, but the necklace and ring and bag are of a set that Carolyn calls Sushi Girl. This is another wonderful felted wool coat and hat, and with those you'll be all set for anything Vancouver can throw at you. Made by Alice Phillips, who has felted and fulled wool for many years. She dyes her own wool, which in this case is a New Zealand merino, and which is hand felted by layering and felting to build up texture and design. Sophia is also wearing a Monica Gewirtz necklace. Brenda is wearing a jacket by Susie Baker. A heavyweight Bursa linen, Bursa linen on the inside to complement the Russian floral pattern on the outside. Brenda is also wearing Susie's spectacular embroidered boots and showing off Carolyn Bruce's red necklace and purse. Here's another of Susie Baker's reversible jackets made of heavy silk velvet, which is lined with an indigo-dyed ikat textile. Susie says the plush of the velvet is the world's most sensuous texture. You'll have to run your hands over it and see. Ikat weaving is a type of weaving where the colors are predetermined on the warp or the weft threads. Actually, they could be on both, and then woven once they have been colored, so they have to fit into place perfectly. Alice Phillips tops, this time working with a high-quality Wensleydale fiber. The tasseled wool comes from the shoulder of the sheep, which is only sheared once a year. In felting, great care has to be taken not to felt the tassels into the body of the garment. The red vest Joe is wearing is paired with a matching pillbox, and Joe carries one of Joanne Waters' magical felted masks. The beaded necklace is by Martha Todd, as is the jewelry that adorns Martha, who is also wearing an Alice Phillips. The same Wensleydale wool, creating this vest of an unusual shape, beautifully felted. Makes a definite statement. Well, what can I say? This is one of mine, a fabric done some time ago, silk-painted poppies in a green field, hand-drawn, hand-painted. Lynn is wearing one of Joanne Waters' colorful beaded necklaces. Light to wear because the beads are made from felted wool. Margot is wearing Greaves. Marianne Greaves is another of our artists who loves to play with color on various natural fibers. And having achieved the color she wants, she then puts together beautiful ensembles such as this. The dress is a French blue, 100% linen, cut on the bias, and is topped by a yellow and blue ruana, also 100% linen. Marianne has also made the necklace, which she calls a lariat, out of blue chalcedony and yellow jade. A perfect match. Well, this is a first for Slow Clothes. Annie Hunt has been working with a gentleman named Dino Minichiello, a designer and maker of bespoke suits. Annie has partnered with him to create one-of-a-kind linings designed with the client in mind. The Tyler Higgs suit, which is this one, features a stylized version of his family crest with a stag and a moon on silk charmeuse, while the lining of I won't get on to him yet because he's not on stage yet. This is Dan's jacket. The lining is silk charmeuse, printed with text significant to the client. Hey, nobody can hear me. I think his body is covered with text too, not just the jacket. There's a cross hand-stitched over his heart. Thank you. Isabella Sauer has worked out of her studio on Granville Island for many years. You may know her under the name Alarte. Her vibrant colors are inspired, she says, by her time spent in the South Pacific, and her innovative designs are fueled by a passion for color and texture, as it is evident in this unique hand-painted silk dress partnered with a hand-felted wool shawl, a silk shawl with wool accents. Sophia is wearing another of Alarte's silk dresses, as well as a shawl with hand-felted accents. Perfect for a lovely summer's evening. You've got enough warmth on your shoulders, and you're going to stand out in a crowd. Sophia's necklace is by Martha Todd. Chloe looks ready for anything in a top by Monica Goodworth with a matching scarf wrapped around her long hair. Slow Clothes has seen Monica's work every year, but for the first time we see her approach to textiles. She is a painter of note and has been working with Vida International, a fair trade textile shop, which prints one-of-a-kind designs onto fabric. Thus, Monica has transferred her paintings, inspired by our Pacific coastal waters, onto fabric, making this chic top and scarf. Chloe's earrings are by Carolyn Bruce. skirt, and leggings by Anne Goodrin, while Isabel wears a crop top and shorts, also by Anne. Anne has her original paintings transferred to an ultra-stretch fabric which holds its shape and color through many washings. The fabric wicks away moisture, keeping the wearer cool even on a hot day. Isabella's shorts are called rose shorts, and she is carrying one of Joanne Waters' felted masks. Uh-oh. Another piece by Anne Goodrin, worn here by Joe. In Anne's own words, fashion, print, performance fabrics, and versatility collide in this custom printed dress. Titled The Three Graces, the dress is set off by a matching headband and, of course, a mask by Joanne Waters. Working under the label of Kaomi, is another of our local designers drawn to vibrant colors, a love of which is evident in this hot-colored top, perfect for summer breezes, wearable also in cooler seasons. Brenda has matched the color on the jacket to an exquisite beaded necklace by Martha Todd and embroidered boots from Susie Baker. Dawn Russell loves to dye. That is, she can often be found with fabric and a natural dye vat of indigo or maybe Brazil wood. This versatile wrap has been dyed while shibori resist techniques have resulted in the organic patterning. A versatile wrap, this top can be worn in a couple of ways, as Judy is showing you, I think. Dawn's current work explores zero waste in garment making, which means that in the making, very little of the fabric was cut away or discarded, allowing the rectangle of fabric to be used almost in its entirety. Judy's necklace is by Monica Gowertz. Isabella Sauer, whoops, you've lost your scarf. You meant to lose your scarf. Is working under the atelier name of Alarte and presents us with a beautiful shibori dyed long jacket with a silk scarf that has wool felt hits of color scattered throughout. Very elegant, especially when paired with a machine embroidered neckpiece by Kathleen Ainscough. You'll be ready for fall in this black on black raincoat by Marianne Greaves. It has an asymmetrical front and large pockets on the right, a black back pleat and other details which make this very wearable as well as eye-catching, especially when paired with Susie Baker's red embroidered boots and Sandra Mikovich's hand-woven purse with a leather handle. Thank you. Chu makes a dramatic statement with this ensemble. The soft brown dress with its unusual shapes is hand-woven and sewn to an original design of Venny's. The collar is a block-printed scrap of fabric and the dress is worn with a beautiful hand-knitted, hand-dyed linen cardigan. Penny also has woven two lovely scarves, which today Sophia is wearing as a headpiece. Her earrings are by Carolyn Bruce. Mahi is wearing a lovely indigo jacket by Leilani King. It is cotton and woven in an ikat design. Leilani collaborates with Veni Chu, and together they form the To Die For collection. Their slow clothes collection items are made with a thoughtful approach to producing beautiful designs in an eco-friendly process. Vivian is wearing a vest by Janet Harper. Janet is a long-time quilter who is beginning to try her hand with garments. This cotton vest is appliqued with traditional quilting pattern fans made from men's ties. Vivian partners the dress with another of Carolyn Bruce's themed necklaces. Every piece has a story. Rhapsody in Blue is by Dawn Russell of Delaterra Designs. Another wrap, this time indigo-dyed Shibori Resist wool jersey. Again, with a zero waste of fabric in the making. Stella wears it with a Monica Gewertz necklace. I shouldn't have too much confusion in describing this one because it's one of mine. It's a Devore silk rayon vest and has been made in memory of a dear friend. The fabric has been treated with the Devore process, which removes some of the pile from the fabric in a pre-designated pattern. The pile or the fabric is then hand-painted with dyes of different colors. The body of the vest has an indigo-dyed edging of silk. The necklace is by Carolyn Bruce. We're jumping around a bit here, so be patient with me. Also by Dawn, this indigo-dyed, simple, sleeveless cotton linen dress with minimal cutting lines, inspired by a 19th century Greek dress using rectangles and a triangle to make the finished garment. Chuhan wears it with a colorful necklace by Martha Tall. Freehand cuts and sews her garments in her North Van studio. Comey clothing encompasses simple, easy-to-wear shapes with bold colors. Lynn wears a vibrant red and black top with an asymmetrical hemline paired with a wonderful dragonfly ring and a necklace by Carolyn Bruce. Chloe wears a tunic dress made from one piece of fabric, hand-woven on a two-shaft loom, and a coat also woven. hand-woven. She also wears a flower necklace made from leftover scraps of leather. This is Sandra Mikovic, a weaver, and expresses her love of weaving with her garments. Isabel wears a blue crop top with flower earrings and a big soft bag with a leather handle. This is all work by Sandra Mikovic. This eye-catching jacket paired with bright colors on black that can be worn anywhere, any season. Mahi also sports a wonderful butterfly necklace by Carolyn Bruce. Porter Evans is a felter par excellence. She has always had a love for fine wools and now spends half the year in New Zealand, which is serendipity for a lover of fine wool. She works with undyed wools, creating shaped felt pieces which she then assembles and dyes. This is the forest entwiner. Inspired, oh, this must be Rata. Yes, this is Rata. I'm sorry, we had a little confusion there. Reenie's other entry is called The Little Black Dress Goes Bush and is a knee-length dress all in hand-felted, hand-dyed wool. And she is carrying a bag by Reenie as well. This is the forest entwiner. Inspired by the New Zealand rata, a vine that entwines itself around the tree to reach the forest canopy. The forest entwiner is hand-dyed, hand-felted, and incorporates a wool rata vine, with the hint of the rata flower showing above the dark forest. They're soft and comfortable and easy to wear. Back to Sandra Mikovic. She had woven this crop top on a 4-shaft loom using cotton and bamboo threads. And again, another purse with the leather handle dresses the outfit up a bit. Looked at the cards advertising this show. This is the dress that we used for illustration. It is by Fariba Mirzai, as are the two dresses on the models in front of the stage. This particular outfit is called Reflection. Small pieces of fabric stitched and woven together, then printed, dyed, and embellished. You have to see them up close to appreciate the detailed work. They are amazing. Not to mention attractive. This is also by Fariba. She is an award-winning Vancouver artist and creates her unique garments from non-traditional materials. This coat is called Love. Small pieces of fabric again, using the word love written in Persian calligraphy and organic shapes, then stitched together, printed and dyed. This coat is called Listen to the Reed. Small pieces of fabric have been cut in the form of Persian calligraphy to write a poem of Rumi, the Persian poet, then stitched together and dyed. And you'll have to see it again, as I said, close up in order to realize the fineness of the detailing. When I first saw this dress, my first thought was blue. The coat is called Blue. Again, small pieces of fabric stitched together, intricate lacing details, hand dyed. Something new again for slow clothes. We have Dino Minichiello's tuxedo and Fariba's red ball gown. The red ball gown is called Fire, and it is comprised of newspaper and thread stitched on newspaper with small pieces of fabric. Lace made by thread, then printed, dyed, and embellished. The tuxedo has a lining by Annie Hunt and is Marilyn Monroe. One-of-a-kind linings for spectacular jackets. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a parade of our models, and after the parade of our models, you will want to visit the show tent, the sales tents, but wait for the parade because there is this more to come. Waiting for the grand finale, you have to appreciate that a limited number of models in a limited number of space takes a little while sometimes. Here they come. The first 9 shawls are by Leilani King. followed by a scarf by Monica Gawert's design. This one is by Monica Gawertz, followed by a black and white by Ainsclough. One of my scarves just going on now, the indigo. Other scarves from Monica Gawertz designs. And the Larte silks. Marilyn looks rather sad. Ladies and gentlemen, Slow Close 2017. I'd just like to quickly say that this is made by a team that has worked together basically for 5 years. We seem to love what we're doing for some strange reason. Maybe we're all masochists. But it is a team that works hard, voluntarily, and puts together this show for you, for your delight, and hopefully to help the cause of fabric artists in Vancouver. Thank you.
Me in the middle of these two butterflies?
Yeah, why not? That's great.